Hey traders, Parker here with another indicator. Today I'll be introducing you to the ultimate Laguerre RSI indicator. As you can see on the screen, it also paints the bars also. But if you're unfamiliar with this indicator, there's a lot of videos and a lot of information out there for this indicator. I'm not going to go into the indicator itself, the Laguerre RSI, but I'm going to go into everything I added into it. So first off, you can see right here when the Laguerre crosses above 20.20, you get a buy signal, and when it crosses below 80, you get a sell signal. I have the Laguerre RSI itself. It is reflecting the volume, my advanced volume indicator. So let me make it bigger so we can see it a little bit better as well. So there we go. You can see right here within these colors, if you're unfamiliar with my advanced volume indicator, basically what it's showing you is yellow is ultra high selling volume, white is ultra high buying volume, and this is the open of the day, so it's always going to be show something like that. So it'll help you out basically taking a trade. This orange color right here is orange average selling volume, and this dark color is below average selling volume. So this is give you an indicator of not getting out of the trade, because even though the Laguerre RSI is going down, gave you a sell signal, but this is below average volume. This dark green is below average volume as well. This red color right here is above average volume. Green, bright green, is above average volume right there as well. So the advanced volume indicator is built into this. So this top bar right here represents heikin ashi. So I'm going to change the candles to heikin ashi. And you can see right there when heikin ashi started, you got it from there. So this is a trend. This middle indicator is the buy sell pressure average. The buy sell pressure average. Going through these candles as well. So this middle indicator is red right here, even though you have the heikin ashi being green, that is showing black because it's waiting for this pressure. Because if you look at all this volatility, it doesn't know which way to go. But you have two white bars, the two high volume buying bars right here, and then it finally gave you a signal. And this low one right here is the regular RSI, and it'll show green if the RSI is above 50, but it'll show red if the RSI is below. And when there's indecision, you have black. It's just gonna reflect the black, whatever background that you have selected. So this right here, this pink, white, blue, and red represents the difference between buying and selling. So each candle has buying and selling volume pressure. So if it's positive going from a negative, it'll go pink, from red to pink. And then if it's positive, you get two positive in a row, you get a white one. And if it's above zero and you get a negative bar, it'll add the difference of a negative, whatever amount of volume that was, you get a blue bar, and if it goes below zero, you get back to red. So that's how that works right there, these dots. So, and for the most part, I call it the ultimate Laguerre RSI indicator, because it really helps you get in and out of trades. You can look right here, you got a buy signal right here, but it's pre-market, low volume. You may not take that trade. Oh, the other thing, this yellow cloud and these yellow dots represent squeezes. So the way I programmed the squeeze was with the Bollinger bands. If the Bollinger bands are squeezing or constricting, then you'll get a squeeze. You got one here, you got one here. So it's going to happen. So you may want to wait for maybe two in a row. And this a cloud will pop up right here as well. So the bars are colored according to the trend. So if all three, the heikin ashi, the buy sell pressure, and the regular RSI, are all printing green, then the bars will. But if any one of those are, if two of them are good, but one of them is not, you get dark green. And then from there, you can see right here on this stock, NERV, it just pushed all the way up. You don't have to have the heikin ashi selected, but it just looks better and it just shows you everything. But you can look right here because my candles, I don't have the empty candles. All of my candles stay full, so you just basically following the trend. But I just wanted to show you the heikin ashi just because it shows you the trend a little bit better. So you can look right here on nerve. You got your sell signal, but look, it's on low volume. It's low volume. You had one bar right here that was high volume, but you know, it's just going down on all low volume, all low volume, all low volume. So that'll be an indication just to stay in the trade, and you can see price went into a squeeze. You got these two red candles right here, but it's only this bright red color because all three of these are red. And if all three of them aren't red, you get this orange color. But for the most part, that's an indicator in and of itself. Like I said, it paints the bars. It helps you get in and out of the trades. Let's go into it. So paint bars, you have your length, you have your average. This average really just goes according with the RSI and the buy sell pressure average. You have your short and long signals, and that's basically the arrows. Number deviations just goes with the Bollinger bands, and I'll get rid of that so you won't be able to see that. And you also have a scan in this. So you have a bear scan and a bull scan. This scan cross, don't pay any attention to that. It should have been taken out. There we go. It's no longer there. So you can actually go and scan for these as well. So your long signal is just these arrows. Like I said, long signal, short signal. Everything else is the regular same in there. The RSI, you can't adjust the colors for. You basically stuck with what I put down there. You can adjust the 50. If you don't like the way I've done my buy sell pressure difference colors, you can change those. You can change the color of the squeeze from yellow, those dots anyway. But for the most part, that's basically it for this indicator. That's everything that I put in there in this indicator. The other thing that you're going to get, if you get the bundle, you'll get this. This right here represents those same colors that I showed you on the RSI, the bars. If everything is green, it'll give you a bright green. If all three, if the heikin ashi, RSI, and the buy sell pressure is green, then there you go. You get a green bar for this. So you get a dark bar if two out of 3 are green, and you get a red if all three are all red. And I'm not seeing any orange bar, so I don't know why. But anyway, those you should get an orange bar as well if one of those are if 1 out of the 3 are red. I mean, 2 out of 3 are red, but 1 is green. You should get an orange bar, just like I showed you with the candles. So you also get the fire if it crosses below 80 or 0.80, you get a fire down. If it crosses above 0.20, you'll get a green, and you can actually come in this. I don't care about the formula because the Laguerre RSI you can find it anywhere. You can come in here and adjust the time frames for whatever you want it's shown to be fired on or cross above. So we can put on a 5-minute and it'll recalibrate. There you go, and you got fired on the HIPPO, HIPO, and CF. And we can actually go check those out. So we will go to the HIPPO stock, and it fired right here. You can see it cross above. But this stock really doesn't have any volume, so we're not gonna worry about that. But that's basically what it is right there with that watch list. There we go, and there's those orange ones that I was telling you about. And they finally appeared. And like I said, you got the fired up, fired down. So let's go to the other part of this bundle is the scanning. So this scan right here, this is not my scan. You can see it's Mobius. Mobius created the scan, so you can go get the scan from anywhere. So, and it works just fine. And we just wait for a second. And there we go. And I think this is the bullet scan, but there it goes. So you can see this is a scan for it, and this is Mobius. Like I said, you can go find the scan anywhere. I just put in the parameters of at least have to have 1 million volume and the mark between 50 cents and $50 for those stocks. And we can go look at those stocks. Let's look at the one with the greatest percent change, OLB. Hopefully it's not a garbage stock. OLB. And it's not. And you can see right there that it painted these bars pretty good. You got your squeeze right there. You have 1 out of 4 those go red, and then you got green. So you got these pushes up, push ups, and you got this light volume. Well, this is average volume. This light green is average volume, and the orange is light selling volume. So. And that's pretty much it. You can see right here, you can see how the buying is just pushing into it. And then you got a green dot showing that the buying is decreasing. Buying is increasing, decreasing. According to the buy, sell, pressure average. And you can see right here, you got a sell signal right here. And it came within the squeeze. And I don't think I would have sold on that one. I would have waited for a stronger volume signal. Something like this right here, this red right here, because it's probably an exploding up candle. So that's how the scan works. There's 2 scans in there. Let's see, 2 scans. So you have the long and you have the short. And the short is just the opposite of the long. And you can go back, replay it back, this video back, and you can see how Mobius did everything. So I'm not taking credit for any of his scans or anything, but you can get these scans anywhere. And the other big deal, everything that's in this bundle, everything that comes in this bundle is ultimate. There we go. There's a top version. There's a top version of the same indicator. So you're going to get let's go over them. So with this bundle, you get the buy, sell, pressure, average labels. You get the volume with buy, sell, pressure, multi-time links in there. You get the ultimate RSI lower, and you get the ultimate RSI upper as well. So we'll remove everything, well, because I just want to show you the way these two are the same. You can see the same thing right through there. There's your squeeze. Here's your up and buy and sell signals. And we'll go back to let's go back to nerve. So there's your squeeze. There's your fire up or signal right there, or buy signal, or go long signal. And you can see this pretty much follows everything the same way this is. As long as you have the same links for both of them, you're going to see the same thing. So it's nothing special about this upper one. It's the same thing that you're seeing down there. One thing that I did add to it was the breakout signals. The long short signals if you want the bubbles. And it'll give you a line across where it crossed where the short signal came in or the long signal. and it's off only because of the heikin ashi candles. But you go right there, you can see it's at the high of this candle, and it's at the low of this candle. And nerve is pretty much moving all the way up. You got a short signal, but look at, well, this after hours. So with this low volume, I wouldn't be able to tell. But you got a short signal, but you got to squeeze and it pushed up. You got your buy signal right there, or long signal. And that's pretty much the indicator. And one other thing that I wanted to point out when it came to my volume indicator that's going to be in this, I'm going to get everything else off. And I'm going to, no, not the labels. Well, I'll leave the labels on there as well. We're going to paint the bars according to that. And I'm going to eliminate everything else. So with this volume with buy sell pressure MTL, you can still paint the candles as well according to volume as well, and still use the Laguerre ultimate Laguerre RSI. One of the things I wanted to point out in here is it has irregular body things in there as well. So you can see with this candle right here, if you're a student of Ann Cooling, her book is called I think it's volume price action. I can't remember the name of the book anymore. The Ultimate Guide to Volume Price Action, if I remember correctly. But you can see with these triangles right here, what they're representing is this is big volume on a small candle, on a small body. The body is between the close and open. It's smaller than the preceding one, but it has more volume. And it's what it's showing you, these two areas of pressure. You can see the candles as well, their pressure as well. And you can see right here, this is a pressure to the downside, but you still had all this pressure over here to the buy side as well. Then it finally released and got to push up. But this candle is smaller than the preceding candle, and it has a lot of volume on it, more volume than the preceding candle. So it's showing you this pressure there as well. So you just have to wait for it. And especially, I use this more often in the downtrend than the uptrend, but the rules apply. This candle is bigger than the candle before it, but the volume is lower. So it's an irregular body according to Ann Cooling. So it's telling you this downtrend is just them buying, market makers buying up the stock. And this sell-off is not really a bad sell-off. And you're getting all this low volume. You look, this is below, this is average volume. This is below average volume. Same thing I was showing you in the Ultimate RSI that's programmed in there. All of this is below average volume. It's below ultra low volume because it's not even 70%. It's less than 70% of volume average. You can see that down in there with these clouds. And then you have this huge pump right here on this candle where everything just broke up and you got that trend. These lines on the screen, they're just my Fibonacci lines I drew from the daily, as you can see. And this is just daily resistance. But that's one of the things I just wanted to point out to you. Even when you got this right here, you can see this is a big body. It's bigger than the preceding body, and it has less volume. And you can see how the volume is just dying. The same situation here, less volume. And all this is less than 70%. But this one right here, you got a big volume candle on a small body. This body is smaller than the preceding body, but you had a lot of volume on it. This is average volume, and then this whole entire downtrend is below average volume. It's below 70% of the average. You can adjust that as well. You can adjust it right here. So ultra low volume, all you're doing is just putting in the, I have it at 30%. So it's actually showing you that it's 70%. But whatever percent you put in, it's just going to be whatever's less than. So 100 minus 30 gives you 70. So anything that's below 70% of the volume average, I consider as ultra low volume. And you can see that throughout this whole entire picture, this whole entire down thing or downward move was on ultra low volume. And you have an average buying volume right there. Yeah, you had this right here, but this is a pressure candle. That's why it looks like a spinning top, or I'm not gonna call it dragonfly Joe Doja because that has to be up. This is dragonfly, or you can call this a hammer, but this is just a spinning top as far as I'm concerned. But you can see that throughout. And then when I drew this, you can see actually the breakout. But you can see how that volume just pumped back into it. And you're just following the volume and price. And my labels, I made an update to these labels as well. They change according to the volume difference. So if I bring the ultimate RSI back, let's do the lower. What you get in these labels is the same thing that's in these dots. This is showing you the difference percentage between buying and selling volume. And that's all this thing is showing you right here. And right now it's 77% more selling than buying on this candle. But for the day, it's 46% more buying than selling. This is on an average. I think I left my average at 12. So yeah. This average is 12, the daily is 20, the weekly is 4, and the monthly is 3. But sadly, if you're on a intraday chart, these are not going to change color. They're always going to be yellow, which sucks. You have to go to a higher time frame to actually see them. You can see the daily, this regular one, the regular average one changed. This daily one changed and change color, but I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get these to change, like on the lower time frames. And that's, like I said, sadly, that's just what it is. So we go to a higher time frame, it's not gonna work because the other time frames are in there. These daily and this daily time frame, this monthly time frame is in there. So those labels won't work. I wish that I could have got those colors to work, but you can see over a 4 week period, there's 154% more buying than selling. And over a 3 month, there's 158% more buying than selling. So that's how those labels work out. And like I said, the labels keep track of volume volume difference, and this in the middle of the RSI, these dots keep track of it as well. And it's only these give you color, those give you color too. So if it's pink, it'll go from red to pink to white, then blue if it's going down. So from going up from red to pink, then from there you go from white, and then it go to blue if it's coming back down. And that's pretty much the end of this video. I'm trying to remember, was there anything? There was one more scan that I wanted to show you. So let me get rid of this. And we'll go to the condition wizard. We'll go to pull up the ultimate RSI Laguerre. And the scan that's in there is just a bull and bear scan. And we're going to say it's true. And I'm going to push up to 3 bars. And it'll give us a list of stocks as well. There we go. So this, I don't know why this happens after hours when you get this custom script, some problem with it. But anyway, it's showing you all the stocks that are bullish, and all 3. The RSI is above 50, the buy sell pressures above 0, and it has heikin ashi candles on it. Heikin ashi is positive on it. So we have nerve, and we've seen the daily chart for nerve, so we can actually go back to the daily chart for nerve, and we'll push the heikin ashi on there. And you're also getting the same thing down here. So, and that's the end of this video. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to what I had to say and to watch the video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And I look forward to hearing from you in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, God bless and stay safe out there.